Alright guys, welcome to another SimScott 185 production. I don't think we'd call ourselves that much, but welcome to another stream guys. People who watched the last stream must have seen the fail that came with the 787 when we tried to use that in Microsoft Flight Simulator. So we're trying again today. Different aircraft, the 747-800 comes standard with Asobo with your Microsoft Flight Simulator. Anyone can fly this. We're in the beta version for the Avionics update, so we are gonna take it slow. We're gonna figure out any quirks of this aircraft, but look at it. It is magnificent. It's a shame there's less and less of these in the sky at the moment. But the update to the Avionics is a good one. Lets us play around with VNav, and it should make the jet a little bit more compliable when flying on things like Vatsim. We are on Vatsim today. We're up at Prestwick in Scotland, and we are going to fly down to Luxembourg, one of Cargolux's bases. There are a number of events on within Vatsim today. We're trying, partly for our sanity, to avoid the busiest one, so we'll get ourselves set up, underway. Battery comes on, external power comes on. We want our irises to nav. Oh, not to that. It's a nav. APU can come on, and we'll click the APU gen to make sure they come on at some point. We'll put our hydraulics to, that links between auto and on, but we'll do auto, why not? And we'll bring on the fuel pumps as well. Now, there's a checklist which we'll sort of run through as we go through this, but this is more just setting everything up, ready to go. Get the engine booked on, and up here that's pretty much all we need to do for the moment. So we can come down to the FMCs, which is what this update's all about, and it's making sure that we've got the ability to tune and put in the right flight data, and we'll have a go at that just now. So hope everyone's doing well. It's Wednesday evening if you're joining us for the first time, or you're watching us on catch up, then do give it a like and subscribe if you enjoy what you see. You're very welcome to be with us, and if you come on live you can ask questions. So we are at Prestwick, which is Echo Golf Papa Kilo. Luxembourg is Echo Lima Lima X-Ray. Runway today is 30. That's a 2. 30. Flight number, we are Cargolux, so CLX 185. Do have a company route? Interesting, it's now got route request. Ooh. What if I do that? Yeah, it's not active. Oh no. Thought we could use it. Anyway, let's activate that. Let's do our departures and arrivals first. So, runway 30, you can see over here we've got the Luco 1 Kilo departure, so we'll execute that. Arrival into Luxembourg, we're expecting runway 6, the iOS, and it's the Remba 3 Delta, which is here. We've got no vias or transitions, so we'll do that, execute that, go back into route, go to the next page. So after Luco we've got an airway, Zulu 248, Zulu 248, put that in there, and that's heading to Osmeg, Osmeg. Then we go on UT 256, which is that, and we go to DCS. Can't click the right buttons, and then we're going to UL 612, one of my favourite airways, often flying down from Scotland to England on that. Then we go to Honley, HON, which is, I think, part of the approaches into Heathrow if you were going there, but we're not. We're going to fly over the top of it. Lima 15 to Big, which is Biggin Hill, VOR. to next page. Then UL 9. And it's going Conan. Conan. Oh, that's not how you spell Conan. Conan. Nice. UL 607. UL 607. And then we're going to Remba. And then we start the arrival from Remba. So put that in there. Oh, rude. There we go. Execute that. Let's go to legs. And that's all the boarding done. So if we have a little look outside. Yeah, cool. Everyone is backing away from the Cargolux. Such a big airplane. Cool. Let's get back in here. Not get distracted as we forget to do something. So we got one Remba here and one Remba here. Let's take this one and move it up here because that's the start of the approach. Perfect. You'll see there's a discontinuity between the name Dick and LX061, which is the start of the approach. We'll probably get vectored by air traffic control. At the moment, up in Scotland, there is no air traffic control, and that is not a bad thing because we are trying out this mod, and I'd rather we flew in quiet places. As we get down further towards Luxembourg, I suspect there will be, but we can control that a little better in terms of our descent, etc. Played with this a little bit. The VNAV is interesting. It can be quite jerky. There was an update to my Microsoft Flight Simulator literally as I started this up for the stream, so we will see where that takes us. So that's the route. Let's just do our weight and balance. Let's do it the old-fashioned way through the menu. So we're expecting 25,250 block fuel. So up here, fuel 25. Let's just take 30 just in case. Only 16%. We're going to take off like a rocket. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Let's go to init ref route. We've done performance initial. So zero fuel weight is calculated for us by the simulator. Alternatives 9. Let's call it 11 because we've got some contingency in there as well. Cruise altitude today is 39,000 feet. So 392. Beautiful. Cost index 201, which is up here if you're wondering where to get that from your flight plan. And click this and it auto-populates. Execute. Thrust limit, we'll put in sort of 55 degrees. We'll derate slightly. And for takeoff it'll be flaps 10. Center of gravity calculates itself, and we'll confirm these numbers here. And that's pretty much us set up to go. What we do need to do is take that V2 number, which is 161, and drop it into here. And trim is 6.9, so you can see the trim here. So when we start to move this, you can see the numbers going up. And I'm pretty sure we can get 6.9. Sometimes it's in increments of 0.2 and you can't quite get to where you need to be. I don't think there's any ATIS, unfortunately, that we can get at Prestwick, so I'll do it the old-fashioned way on VPilot. So what's it saying? 260 at 7 knots, 230 V variable at 290, visibility 10 kilometers, scattered 4,400, 13 degrees outside, and QNH is 1027. So change this to hectopascals, which changes this, and it was 1027. Nice. Very good. Let's come down to our radios, which are down here. Transponder, we'll set it 2000 at the moment because we don't have any air traffic control. We'll turn it to TARA. We can tune our radios to Unicom because that's what we'll be on. Nothing we need to do here. Seatbelts, I mean, we're a cargo plane, but I'm sure there might be people in the back. And that's pretty much it for now, I think. We can, as I said, there is a checklist which will show how much I've either done or forgotten to do. that is over here. If you click this button right here. So, standby power we've already got on, battery switch was on, external power switches were on, APU selector, APU generator 1 and 2 are now on because the APU started up, which is fine. Nav lights will switch on, which are up here. Nav on. Actually, we won't do strobes just yet. Flight directors, come on. Click that button there. Seatbelt selector we've done. Nice. Transponder we set. Auto throttle we can set to arm, but actually I'll do that once we push back. I'm a bit nervous that we'll suddenly hit toga as we get pushed back. Takeoff speeds we've done, takeoff trim we've done, altimeter set. We'll do the takeoff briefing in a minute, and the engine bleed air switches are the ones up here that say engine bleed, they're on. So, in terms of how we're getting out of Prestwick today, so we're going to taxi down to here, and this is runway 30, so we take off in this direction. As we climb out, we can go down and check this on our legs page. We're going to get left turn. You've got PK01, which is here, PKW02, PKW03, and into loco. So level at 6,000, and we want to be above 4,000 here at 220 knots. Max 220 knots for the turn. So you can see that's already programmed in, so it's good. It's showing a really good upgrade to the 747 already. This is competing with things like the Salty mod, which was already very good. So if they're going to upgrade this, it needs to sort of be worth it from a user perspective. So put in 6,000 as the top of the departure, and we'll put in going completely the wrong way. It was 30 as the runway heading. Yeah, it's 30, sorry. Just checking. Cool. So almost ready to get underway. Yeah, that's all good. We'll do auto brake RTO when we push back, and we can adjust our lighting when we need to. So everyone's step clear, got the sunset, and I'll just check we don't have any air traffic control. We don't, so we'll call for GSX to push us back. Oh, we're so high up that look at that little man over there. There he is. Right, so he's getting himself all sorted out. We're getting ourselves all sorted out here. So we probably want to push back and have our nose going off to the left-hand side. Now when I did this in the 787, it sort of took us on a bit of a merry dance. Where is he? Oh. Nose left would do for us. Okay, where is he? Oh, there he is. We're just too high up. Can I see you? No. Okay, okay. That's fine. Oh. No. That's, you know, awkward if we bonk into him, but should be fine. Oh, that's just being raised up. Which we can probably... Oh. It seems to happen with GSX as well at the moment. Like you get thumped down like that. Ah, we'll release the parking brakes. Hey, so you want to start up a 747? Let's pull engine number 1 starter. And run that starter. Oh, wrong side for those engines. can see the engine spinning away. Oh, please watch these stairs. Look at that, on an airplane. I think you can, I don't know if this is true in the real airplane, but you can start multiple engines at once. We'll do 2 at a time. Ah, you're back, Mr. Turtle. Welcome. We'll try not to crash this time, like we did last time. It's kind of awkward. Nice evening, no? You can see the heat haze coming out the back of the airplane. Just there. Let's start the engine 2 and 3. Big this is. Looks pretty cool. Hope you get Mr. Turtle. Thanks for joining again. Ah, my favourite airplane, Mr. Turtle. I like the A380, I've flown on it quite a few times. But there's not one in the simulator, they're making one at the moment. Otherwise, like the Airbuses and the Boeings, the study levels, like the Phoenix and the 737, they're really good. Right. Alright, mate, we know. Let's get up here. So, what can we do? We can turn off the APU. And the generators come on. We need to put on our beacon, and we should have probably done that before we started the engines, but no one around. Put strobe lights on, and we'll put our taxi lights on. We also need to put our flaps in to flap 10, which you'll see moving here. It's pretty quiet in the back. I've gone viral. I'm not sure. I think everyone was just laughing at the last stream, Mr. Turtle, given what happened with it. I know, right? It's because we crashed, that's why. People like that. Let's go into the jet, let's just check we've done everything we need to do. Engine bleed 12. So, APU bleed air has gone off, we've turned that off. Speed brake armed by pushing this down. He says easily trying to do it. 1 second. There we go. Auto brake selector, RTO is here. Takeoff flaps we've done, taxi lights we've done. We'll get this out. VNAV, flight controls we don't need to do in simulator, but we would normally do it. We don't need engine anti-light, strobe we've done. Landing will switch on. Transponder is TRA. Alright, let's taxi out. Still no air traffic control on, so we're good. Yeah, it's quite a lot of views, Mr. Turtle, for a short period of time. I think it'll only be an hour and a bit down to Luxembourg from here. See how the weather is as we get down, but hopefully it's alright. Big old beast to move along. Now we're going to take a right turn down here. Where am I from? I live down south, near London, but originally Scottish. So you'll see me flying out a lot of Scottish airports. Gives me good memories, Mr. Turtle. You're in France, right? Let's go. Big old airplane. go too fast. So this has it's got toga, it's got all the stuff you'd expect from one of these modern day airliners. But it's great, it's all part of the it's all part of the standard, well, if you're on the beta, the standard release at the moment, which is cool. So we're just bleeding off a bit of speed there, we don't want to go too fast. Close to Wales. Is it close to Wales? I don't know, my geography is really bad. You're Brittany sort of way. Oh, I see. Do you play Flight Simulator, or are you, do you just watch? Let's zoom out a little bit with our range here. Yeah, cool. Yeah, plenty of time to learn. Everyone starts off badly. Okay, so we are approaching the runway, which is over to our left. It's quite an interesting one, so there's obviously a runway ahead as well, so we're going to use that to line up. We'll get our landing lights on, turn off our taxi lights, and the transponder's all good, so we're all set up to go. I've got to work, Mr. Turtle. I can't do it during the day, unfortunately. Although at weekends, maybe we'll be able to. But yeah, unfortunately, I've got a job, so it's only 8 o'clock in the UK here, which is probably 9 o'clock with you. Oh, just a quick check that there's nothing coming into land here, which there is not. Presswick traffic, Cargolux 185, lining up runway 30, immediate departure. Presswick traffic. Bit of a beast, so let's get LNAV, VNAV, and order throttle. Knew I would almost forget that. Full-time YouTuber. Might not pay me as well, Mr. Turtle, but yeah. Anyway, let's get out of here. So, put the brakes on, get the engines up, hit toga, and we will release the brakes to get out of here. Don't get much noise in the back of the airplane, which is good, but trundling down the runway. V1. So that's V1. Now, last time we did this, we crashed, so we've made it further than we did last time. Well done, everyone. Gear comes up. What a lovely evening. Look at that view out over the sea. It's pretty good. So we're expecting a bit of a left turn here. And what I'll do is I'll let the autopilot fly quite a lot of this to see what it does. Just to test it out. So it's in autopilot mode now. We can probably brighten up a little bit these displays. So it's going to lower the nose just to gain speed. And it knows it's got a constraint of 220 knots. which it is trying to hit here. We've got LNAV and VNAV in. Out over the sea. I did watch Eurovision, Mr. Turtle. You a big fan? We didn't do so well. Flaps come up. Everyone in the back here is having a very peaceful time. We can... So that's cool. So you can see we're in VNAV. It's keeping the 220 knot constraint. And it is doing what it needs to do. It's pretty cool. I think it's all very political, Mr. Turtle. I wouldn't worry too much about it. It's not great. Hi Ben, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. So you can see we're taking, if we bring up Navigraph, we've leveled off at 6,000 feet, which is our constraint. So you can hear we can't go above 6,000 feet, but we have to be above 4,000 feet, which is exactly what we're doing. And then you should see once we pass over, 1 second, just, no, I think we're good. Once we pass over this next waypoint, our speed should increase to 250 knots, which you can see here. And actually what we need to do, VNAV, just speed restraints here, let's do 250 for that's 10,000. I wonder if it'll accept it now we've taken off. Yeah, cool, it does. That should update. Nice. So it will start to accelerate. You can see now it's at the 240 knots because it's going over that area. Ah, you should have voted more, Mr. Turtle. Could have swayed the whole vote for Eurovision. So, that's cool. That just demonstrates that it can follow constraints, which is awesome. That's kind of what we want when we're on Vatsim. Let's zoom out. So, what we'll do is we'll climb up to our cruise level, which is 39,000 feet. Up to here. And what we'll do is once we pass over local, or local, we'll continue our climb. Who was my favourite, Mr. Turtle? I actually thought the winners were really good, but I think she won it like a few years ago, but she was cool. It's quite a long evening to watch the whole thing though. Anyway, I reckon we're clear to climb, so let's get out this cloud. Press the button. That engages our VNAV. You can see the green ring here. And that's showing top climb. Now, I think this rate of climb's quite, I mean, it's quite high. I don't know, we're quite empty, maybe it can do this. It's starting to think about whether it needs to climb that high, but yeah. So, as we get further down, through the UK we will have air traffic control. So you'll start to hear some of the Vatsim commentary. And I think as we get into Belgium and then to Luxembourg, again you will get to hear a lot more. So it's quite good if you're new to Vatsim or you're trying a new aircraft. This is the best way to do it. There's no one around. If something goes wrong, you can just log off. Now that it's all right, I think we'll be okay. But let's see as we get further south. Hope everyone's cool though. Hope everyone's having a good time. You can see as we get past 10,000 feet, aircraft levels off, and the reason it's doing that is it wants to lower the nose, get to our climb speed of 322, and then it'll start to pitch up again. So it's just doing that from a speed management perspective. You can see here at the moment we're not actually seeing other aircraft. If we click traffic, brings up the rings, and that should bring up our traffic when we climb, and if we see anyone else on Vatsim. Weather doesn't quite work at the moment in the sim, although if you watch the longitude videos, you'll be able to see that has a form of weather radar. It's a fun little aircraft to fly. Thoroughly recommend it. Can I do a landing tutorial on the Airbus A320? I probably could actually. I can do a live stream of it. We can use the fly-by-wire if you've got that, Mr. Turtle. That's the Neo. It's free. Yeah, it's a nice little aircraft to whiz around in. I say I try and do things that are sort of accessible to everyone. Sometimes I'll fly and purchase aircraft, and that's more just to see what it's like to fly in something that's a bit more complex. But ultimately, it's about getting you guys confident enough to have a go. I've done this for a wee while, and I really enjoy it. It's a good way to relax. The default, it's not as good. If you get the if you look for fly-by-wire, there's a few things that you can download. It definitely behaves a lot more. Some of the default ones in Microsoft Flight Simulator, although it's a great sim, the default aircraft sometimes need a little bit of help. Let us know if the sound's alright, guys, if there's anything that you need adjusted. Yes, it is, that's all good. Yeah, that's all come up, good. Next checklist is descent. Just try and brighten some things up for you guys as well. I wonder if how do we brighten this panel? Bear with as we just have a little tour of the aircraft and try and find some light switches. We bring the seatbelt sign off now. Everything's safe. The other thing I forgot to do that you do want to do, and it's flashing in yellow, is hit standard, and that puts you on standard pressure above a transition level. Everyone needs to do it, otherwise we all bump into each other. Not cool. So that's good there. That's a controller. What does this do? Map panel. Ah, there we go. And this one. Oh yeah, now we're talking. Bit more brightness so you guys can see. Nice weather effects again outside. Yeah, it's cool this. Thoroughly loving the 747 at the moment. I want to get further up in the nose to give you guys a good view. Oh well, all good. Maybe you need to translate for them, Mr. Turtle. You could offer your services. So you can see that it's got a bit brighter in the cockpit. So what we'll do is we'll just dim some of these screens a little bit. That's not so helpful. Can't really see those. Hold on. There we go. Maybe we need to make them brighter. Lovely. There we go. Hopefully you guys can see all right as well. In a bit of cloud. But blasting through it at the moment. I think it's quite a small place, Luxembourg. Never been. What is this weather outside? Look at it. Right in the clouds. Almost like a... I'm sure you get this over Europe. It's like a temperature change. I want to say invection, but it might not be the right word. Oh, there we go. Popping through the clouds. So if you ever want to know where you're going to level off in the 747, this green arc is anticipating where our level off will be. It's quite interesting because it shows there, but top of climb is over here, so interesting how that's different. I suspect it's as we get higher, the climb rate will start to reduce. Very quiet in the back of the 747. Good sound insulation. Have I flown to France? In real life, yes. In the simulator, yeah, I think so as well. There's never really that many people on Vatsim in France. I don't know if it's that popular or... not sure. And also Paris Charles de Gaulle in the simulator kills my frame rates. It's an absolute drain. It's also a huge airport. It's takes you about half an hour just to taxi around to get to a runway. But yeah, we can do more streams around that. That'd be cool. So we're just breaking out the top of the clouds here. I wonder why that is, Mr. Turtle. Maybe they just don't enjoy it. How can you not enjoy this though? It's cool. Although it's pretty cloudy. Typical British weather. It's happening over this side of the cockpit. Not much really. Oh, we didn't start the clock. Hold on. I wonder if the clock works. Oh, it does. Comes up here. I thought it's a bit late now, but works for me. Pretty relaxed back here. Come out the tops of the clouds. Lovely. So what else do we have here that we can have a look at? I mean, we can already start doing an arrival speed if we want. 144 knots at 30 degrees. Expecting runway 6. I've had a quick look ahead on this. So runway 6, interestingly, what the mod does, if you go into RadNav, or NavRad, it's got, it will, when we get to the iOS, it will automatically populate this, and we'll do that as we get nearer. In terms of actually how we descend into, well, that noise means we're 1,000 feet from our cruise altitude. So, coming in on the Remba, 3 Delta, and if we go over the pages, there's Remba. We want to be Ritax above 10,000 feet. LXA9 above 10,000 feet, and then when we get to Dig, max 250 knots and above 4,000 feet, and then we should get vectored from there. I've flown in here before. Sometimes they just take you from Remba and literally bring you right the way down here, and then in, oh look, Mr. Turtle, it's France. And here's Luxembourg, just a small little place. So yeah, we'll definitely have a look at that as we get further into the flight, but for now we're in the cruise, we can relax. Not much to do until someone contacts us. Good idea to always match your heading with the direction you're going. Means that if you ever get given a diversion, you're kind of ready to put the heading in, track it accurately. If you do it like I'm doing at the moment, it takes you a long time. Ooh, what's called that, Mr. Turtle? Sorry, I missed that. I got you. Oh, nice. Why are you talking about that, Mr. Turtle? Oh, I see. Nice. Getting all medical. So you can see your progress here. I think we'll probably get to Luxembourg at 8:12 Zulu. So that's probably just under an hour away. That makes sense. Some football on tonight as well, isn't there? Champions League. It's a nice model, this actually, for being default. It's Flight Sim .2 livery. That looks cool. Such big airplanes, 747s. I've flown them quite a few times and yeah, they're awesome. Watch soccer and be an Av geek, you know. Just gonna mix it up a bit. So while we distance to go to our top of descent, you can see it all the way out, actually over here. But we've got a nice tailwind behind us. Pretty cool with the reflections. Oh, that's a bit weird. Why is there a, oh wow, like why is why is there a person there? What is he doing? And why is it a reflection of a four-seater aircraft? Yeah, we'll just ignore that. Look, here are some circuit breakers. Some flight kit, a telephone. Ugh, don't put your cigarettes in here or whatever you do. Life vests in a nice little pouch. That's probably some of the flight manuals or flight logs. Headset for whoever sits in here. Plug it all in. Oxygen. Give everyone a little chat. Put your coffee in here. If there's a fire, use your torch. That's also a torch, I'd imagine. Nice. Oh, what's that do? Okay. So you can get rid of the control panels if you want to, or control columns. It's a nice looking plane. I'm not sure how many people will fly it once the beta comes out, but maybe they will. Something different, right? Ugh, all the air traffic control that was online over the UK has just disappeared. Disaster. Probably watching the football. My favourite colour, blue. Mr. Turtle, what's yours? And red. Like the French flag, without the white. Oh, I work full time, Mr. Turtle. Are you still at school? It's not a very exciting job, Mr. Turtles, don't worry. You're not missing anything by not knowing. Are you studying? Yeah, cool. It's important. Get your education and go do some exciting things. Okay. Nice, well, good you're studying. Keep at it. Don't play lots of simulators like I do. Oh, cool, look at that view. What if there's other views we can look at here? That's quite cool. Nice. Sit back here for a bit. I can probably get Nightbot to stop doing it. I don't know why it does that. 1 second. Why don't we do this? We can do that. And we can edit. There you go, Mr. Turtle. It won't spam you anymore. That's just me playing with Nightbot previously. I'm not expecting anyone to tip me, don't worry. It's more just because other people do it. I'm like, yeah, that sounds cool. Don't need it, enjoy it for what it is. It's good fun. I think Simulator looks really good. Some of those reflections from the sun are pretty decent. Where are we then? Let's see. Oh, about to go over London. Hello. What if we can see outside? Maybe not. Let's have a look. Looks like the end of the world down there. Lovely. Nice sunset.
Traffic, shuttle 76, short final, my left.
Yeah, Mr. Turtle, you're too young to give tips at the moment. Save your money for yourself. It's not so busy in here tonight, Mr. Turtle. Always difficult to get viewers on YouTube. Fast food. Gotta eat healthy, Mr. Turtle. Don't want you getting unhealthy.
Traffic, TWA 740, yeah, runway 089, reporting crossing.
So you can see this is Heathrow here, London City. A couple of aircraft around, or airports. Heathrow is down there somewhere. So we're about to get close to getting over the channel. Oh man, it looks like... So I think there is French air traffic controllers on, but the in Luxembourg there is not, but we can do our own thing. Ah, it's that, Mr. Turtle. We are in big trouble. Yeah, Heathrow. It's usually pretty busy down there, but you can see the City of London actually down there. I wonder if we can go outside and have a look at that. 1 second. There we go. Yeah, that's London down there.
Traffic TWA 740 crossing runway 08 left at Charlie 3. Next line.
You can see aircraft down here flashing away. That's alright. Oh, need to have that in. Don't worry, Mr. Turtle, you'll see it if you've subscribed on YouTube. Whenever I fly, you'll get a notification. So don't worry too much about that. Alright, what heading are we on now? 101. From a progress perspective, shaved a minute off. I am indeed, Mr. Turtle. I fly a little Piper Warrior. Hoping to go flying tomorrow. Take the day off work. Should be good. Yeah, it was quite expensive. Saved up the money though, and did it over a long period of time rather than just spending all the money at once. So yeah, you can do it. You don't have to do it all at once. It's not 100,000 euros. If you want to become a commercial pilot, yeah, I'm a private one. It's much less than that. Yeah, if you fly for a job, definitely it can be that amount of money, but I just fly for fun, so you're talking, it's about 10,000 euros rather than 100,000. So our next stop on our wild journey is Dover, and that's the that'll be the coast of England. And we'll be coasting out. You should be able to see it. There it is. Coastline there. Yeah, still a lot of money, Mr. Turtle. You're right, but I spread it over a long period of time. I say you don't have to pay it all up front. You can do it, and you can start and stop as many times as you want. Sort of, you've got some exams, some written exams you have to do in a sort of a finite period of time, but otherwise, yeah, you don't have to do it over sort of 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you can do it over years. It's not too bad. It's a start, Mr. Turtle. You can see, if you go to like a local flying club and if you just ask to get a tour, I'm sure there'll be pilots there who at some point will say if you want to go up, then they'll take you up for a flight. That's us coasting out over England, over Dover. Left turn now towards Europe. You can see the start of our arrival, Remba, which was here. So we're getting closer. Oh, that's cool they let you do that, Mr. Turtle. Did they let you fly it as well, yeah? I imagine they would save some money if they let you do that. Oh, look, Mr. Turtle, it's France, I think. Yeah, that's France. Boy flying near your house. Maybe not. We're actually nowhere near Brest or wherever you are. Yeah, all the air traffic controllers seem to have gone offline. There's quite a few online in Germany and places like that, but not where we're going, so that's alright. We'll get ourselves down without air traffic control. That's right, Mr. Turtle. You might miss the landing, but you can watch it back. You've got to be up early for your studies. Yeah, a lot older than you, Mr. Turtle. I'm almost, well, I'm in my mid-30s. So I'm just going to get a few things prepared for getting into Luxembourg. So it's clear, it's 10 degrees. QNH is 1025, which we can set here. Auto brake will set at 1. Ah, your mum's the same, well, your mum's younger than me, so I feel old sometimes, but you know, it's cool. Right, where are we coming into? Runway 06. 109.9. I wonder if that's now come into RadNav. So if we go here, there we go. If I can drive quickly here, that didn't work, did it? Hold on. There we go. So, iOS 109.9 or 109.9. Of course, this is 057. It says 056 here. Much of a muchness, and it should be okay. In terms of our decision height, interestingly, 1358. I think that's because we're high up, but let's see that on the QNH. So, I need to get better at controlling the cameras in this sim. There, barrel is right. We want it to be 1358. And 360 we'll go with. Cool. And then when we land, what we're going to do is 06. Cargolux are based here, so we'll take a left turn, hopefully at Charlie, and then taxi our way in. And then Mr. Turtle, you can try this flight in your flight simulator. You can try it and see if you can do it by repeating what I do. All these airports, let's get rid of them. There we go. still got our lights on. We don't need that. Interesting. That's pretty cool. That's cool. It's another aircraft whizzing along. There you are. There's quite a few of them. One there. One there. Nice. Get out of my way, guys. 747 coming through. Okay, we're getting near top of descent. There's that aircraft there. It's 1,000 feet below us. And that's him. Or her. Wonder where they are off to. Oh, off to Oslo. Alright, Mr. Turtle, have a good evening. Thanks for coming along. That's pretty cool. All these airplanes whizzing around. Nice place to be, the 747. Okay. So, in terms of the descent, still waiting for the chart to load up. There we go. So, we want to basically get down to about 4,000 feet probably now. We'll see if the VNAV handles this. What it tends to do is jerk down the way and then try and rebalance itself, so we'll see.
This is traffic. Villa 1 to Foxtrot Tango pushing back. Stand 1-5.
So, in theory, when we pass over top of descent, that should start our descent in line with the VNAV profile. Let's have a look at what that says. Just on cruise, descent. We'll just do 250. How do I get to that? Like that. And 10,000. Cool. Nice. quite bright. Let's get things set up a little bit for the arrival. Kind of want things a little bit darker just so that you can adjust your eyes to the outside. But I know that's to make it always easiest for you guys to see, so hopefully you can. So, we are getting closer and closer. In fact, we've gone over our top of descent. Interesting. That's strange. Oh, I wonder where that is. So it's saying end of descent there. That's strange. What happens if I press... Well, that is going to descend us certainly, but very strange. Didn't seem to click through, but let's see what it does now. So it should be aiming for 4,000. Get that rate of descent, that's crazy. Don't do that, aeroplane. Okay, no, that's not cool. You can see the whole thing shaking as it gathers too much speed. Yeah, but we don't want to... really want to overspeed the aircraft, but we'll figure that out. That's weird, I'm not sure why the VNAV didn't kick in. Strange. Anyway, we're now careering down at 5,000 feet a minute, which isn't great. Let's reduce that descent rate maybe to 4,000. We want it to be 4,000 at Duke, but that's not looking likely at the moment. Looks like we're going a wee bit past. Just put that in there and do that. Lovely. What we can do is put out a little speed brake. But then which does bring forward our... I'm not really sure why the engines are spooling up. Still, I mean, you can sort of make it work. Still not amazing that went over the top of descent and nothing happened, but maybe I did something wrong. Don't think so though. Let's change ourselves to correct altimeter. Take speed brake out. Now that we sort of got our descent under control, I say that in the loosest way of we have. Landing lights and switches on. That's really bright. Continue down down slightly. I'm not surprised the speed is creeping up, given the rate of knots that we are careering towards the ground. I think what we'll do is manoeuvre ourselves manually and get ourselves out of this weird situation that we got ourselves into. So. You can see the VNAV has kicked in here, but we are way high. So, let's do this. Cool, so that's slowed us down slightly. So this is working okay for us. The airport is over there somewhere in the gloom. Get ourselves down to 3,000 feet. So, I'm not sure what happened with VNAV, but the useful thing is you can just do your vertical speed here, and you can control where and see where you're gonna end up using the, I think it's called the green banana. But yeah, it should help you. Give it a bit more light so you guys can see maybe. Just out the wing. So let's put ourselves on a bit of a downwind, which is going to be parallel to the runway. Can you just slow down our rate of descent a little bit, just because I want our speed to come back to 250 knots as we go through 10,000 feet mark. We can hit flight level change. Put the speed brake out. And what that'll do is it'll keep the 250 knots, but you'll see with the speed brake you go literally nose diving towards the ground. Look at that rate of descent. That's not cool at all. That doesn't work when you use the speed brake. That's not great at all. Ooh, pull out of that dive. Interesting. So yeah, that's not quite where it needs to be at the moment, but that's fine. All in beta. Let's extend the downwind while we're here. Too much, so let's slow ourselves right down. Yeah, I made a right mess of that. So normally you want to control your speed. I just want to slow right down here. What if I stick out my speed brake now? Will the nose go down? Because it should stick to descending at the 1,450. Just trying to do that. okay, so it's sort of 200 feet up. So that's showing 1,700, 1,650. The reason engines are spilling up is because we're getting 250 or 200 knots. I still want to slow us down. So it's a little bit still over the place. Maybe a technical term? I don't know why the engines are spilling up. That's weird. Please don't do that. You should only breathe. Do that, do that. Nope, don't go into a dive. Interesting. I'm not sure it's quite there yet. It should slow down. I mean, we can turn final anyway and just do a really long final, but at 240 knots it's not great, but why not? Only here once. But normally I want to be doing about 220 knots here, not the not the full whack that we're doing at the moment. That speed just isn't coming back as it sends, even at we're going pretty slow, and if you put the speed brake out, you tend to nosedive, so hopefully they'll improve the flight model. Say, it's still beta. On the departure, it was great. Picked up the constraints. Did a really good job. But
2,500.
I'm hoping once we level out, you can see the runway distance. Once we level out, we should then be hopefully a bit more secure, and the speed should come back. If not, we'll figure out again. Joys of testing beta. I don't know if it's something that's happening in VNav. Stop it. Slow down. I just want you to... Why is it in max still? Hold on. Can I slow down? Why? Why is it doing that? Drag acquired VNav. No. Not even in VNav mode. There we go, if I do that. Okay, so I've clicked out now. It seems to stay in VNav mode, which is very strange. We're now going to intercept at a rate of knots. Everyone brace yourself. So I clicked in and out of VNav, seemed to work there. It seemed to be stuck in VNav mode. Again, could be something I did, to be honest, but I don't think we did anything completely daft there. Luckily we got quite a long final to the runway. So you can see it's about 18 DME. This is the terrain radar. And you can see the speed is coming back now. We can get off-station flaps to help as well. So we should be coming back to the 180 knots. We can arm speed brake. We can also arm the localizer. There we go. Yeah, there we go. So you can see it's armed up here. As this magenta diamond comes in, it should then start to turn. How are we looking out the window? It's pretty dark, right? There's probably a reason we don't go down to 3,000 feet here, and that's because there's a few hills around. But we're fine. That's us turning onto the localizer. That works really well. Nice. Yeah, I think because I should have seen this, the airport is on a bit of a hill. We're probably a little bit too low for our approach, but that's cool. We'll just hurtle in at 180 knots and then we'll slow down. So yeah, I'm not sure what really happened with that, but maybe that's something that they can look into. Just have to click the VNav a couple of times. Yeah, all that faffing around puts on a really long final. Really long final when we join here. But that's all good. Take train off this one. Still, we're just waiting for our little magenta diamond to come down here, and then we can get ourselves sorted. So yeah, that VNav thing was a bit strange, but who knows? It could be something we'll review the flight afterwards. Let's get ourselves back to 160 knots. A couple more stages of flat. There's a magenta diamond. Now filled in and it's coming down the way, so let's arm our approach switch, which brings in glide slope as armed. We'll drop the gear. That's cool, you can see the lights now on the nose of the gear. And the glide slope is now active. Cool. Our target speed is 144 knots at full flap. Luxembourg traffic, Cargolux 185 is on a 5-mile final runway 06, Luxembourg traffic. You can see how hilly it is actually over here. Right, let's get some more flaps, all the flaps. Let's get the speed back to our reference speed. 144 knots. And we'll soon manually take over and land this. 747. So it's performed alright, I think. There's been a few interesting things it does when it comes to its VNav, but I think the guys will get on that and sort it out, which is cool. Okay, so we're now controlling speed and we're manually flying. How exciting. pretty good descent at night. It's not much wind here, we've got a bit of a headwind. Say it's not much wind. Why am I not in the centre line then? And we'll land. Not really sure what happened to the glide slope, because we're pretty high and it seems to think we are.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Nice! Let's forget how high up we are in this airplane. Auto brake is on and out, and we'll slam on some reversers as well. And we'll get 60 knots, we'll turn them off. Let's try and make this turn here. Lovely. Welcome to Luxembourg, everyone. So, that was alright. I think with the descent we could have troubleshooted that a little bit quicker, but I was alright with that. It was good landing. Really captures the iOS well. Followed it down well, speed was good. Bring up the flaps, tidy things up here. We'll also get the APU started in advance of getting onto our stand, so we're right the way down the other end here with Cargolux. A bit dark looking out there, but yeah, that was cool. Get the flight directors off. Make sure we've got the need to wait for the APU to start up. But yeah, everyone, welcome to Luxembourg. Hopefully, if you're watching this back, that's a good little way to learn. Don't do what I did at top of descent. You seem to sail past it. I don't really understand why. But you can use vertical speed mode and you can control your speed. But what I had to do to me was click out of, basically click VNAV out, and then it started to try and track our speed here. But before that, it was all a bit too exciting, really. It's all a learning process. It's beta, right? They'll get it right when they come in, and hopefully they'll have a little look at this video as well, just to make sure that it's all being captured what they need to. Let's go. Chilly 10 degrees here. I think we'll take the second on the right here. Get rid of our nav light strobes. And APU gen. Both come on. The other thing with this is it does need a lot of power to turn. Not sure if it's like that in the aircraft. Maybe it is. Anyway, guys, we'll let JSX unload the aircraft. Really good having you along, Mr. Turtle, my one and only fan. good to see you. Enjoy the days ahead. Got a bit of time off work, so hopefully going to do a bit of flying. And we will... let's just get the beacon off. We'll do this again, hopefully soon. Let's... Alright guys, thank you for joining. We'll let JSX do its thing. And hope to see you again for another SimScott 185 stream. If you're watching us back, do like it, give it a thumbs up, otherwise we'll see you soon. Cheers. Oh, it's not going to let me do this, is it? Oh no! Perfect. Interesting. What if I have to restart it? Let's see. It's never a smooth end, is it, to these streams? Well, I'm not going to load a JSX, guys, sorry. Would have done that. Doesn't seem to want to do it. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. We'll catch you soon. Cheers.